So, what if one of the world's most ancient spiritual texts wasn't really about leaving the world behind, but about conquering it from the inside? Today, we're going to demystify the Bhagavad Gita. We're not looking at it as some complex, untouchable scripture, but as a seriously practical guide for winning the internal battles we all face in modern life. Let's dive in.
These 4 words, I cannot fight, are what kick this whole thing off. And get this, they're not spoken by some coward. They're from Arjuna, who is literally one of the greatest warriors of his time, and he's standing on the brink of the biggest battle of his entire life. And that right there is the central crisis of the Gita. I mean, what do you do when the hero just throws in the towel? It's this moment of absolute despair, a feeling of being so completely overwhelmed that, honestly, I think we can all relate to. And it's right here, at rock bottom, that the real wisdom starts to unfold. So let's start exactly where the Gita begins, not in some peaceful meditation hall, but smack in the middle of a chaotic battlefield, with our hero just consumed by this crippling internal conflict. Just try to picture this for a second. Arjuna looks out across the field, and who does he see on the other side? His own cousins, his teachers, his relatives. The thought of having to fight them, the sheer scale of the loss, it just paralyzes him. He's so fixated on the possible outcome that he literally feels like he can't do his duty. Okay, so before we get to the solution to Arjuna's problem, we've got to clear up a really big misunderstanding about what the Gita is even for. You know, a lot of people have this idea that the Gita is something you read at the end of your life, kind of like a final comfort, but that's missing the point entirely. The Gita isn't a manual for dying. It's a playbook for living with real strength and purpose. And that's the crucial part. Its teachings are meant to be proactive. They're tools to help you forge a powerful, resilient character starting from a young age. That way, when life's biggest challenges show up, and they will, even death itself, you've already built the inner foundation to face them without fear. So how does Arjuna get from total paralysis to finding his purpose? Well, the answer comes from his guide, Krishna, and it's a total game changer. This right here is the heart of it all, nishkama karma. Krishna's advice isn't to run away from the fight, or to just pray or to meditate instead. No, it's to completely redefine the way you act. It's all about focusing 100% on the action itself, on your duty, and totally letting go of your anxiety about what's going to happen. Krishna basically breaks it down into 3 simple steps. First, know your duty. For Arjuna, that meant fighting for justice. Second, act like an instrument, almost like a channel, for getting done what needs to be done. And third, and this is the hard one, completely release your grip on the results, because they aren't, and they never were, truly in your control anyway. And this is not some gentle suggestion, okay? It's a powerful command. Krishna is telling Arjuna, and really all of us, that this feeling of helplessness is just a petty weakness. The Gita's message is fundamentally about empowerment. It's yelling at us to get up and engage with life. All right, so selfless action is the big principle. But what does that actually look like in practice? You know, how does this ancient wisdom help us with our day-to-day struggles? Well, when you practice this, you start to develop a state called sthita pragnata, which basically means equanimity. It's the ability to stay stable and calm whether you're facing a huge success or a crushing failure, whether people are praising you or criticizing you. You learn to navigate all of life's ups and downs without getting completely thrown off balance. I love this analogy for that state of mind. Think about it. Life's events, the good and the bad, they're like rivers flowing into the ocean of your mind. They can pour in, but they don't have to change the fundamental nature of the ocean. The goal is to cultivate that vast, deep, undisturbed inner state. And this isn't just theory, you know? Just look at someone like Swami Vivekananda. He drew on the wisdom of the Gita and the Upanishads to realize the infinite power that was already inside him. And it was that inner strength that gave him the conviction to go to Chicago and share India's spiritual heritage with the entire world. So all of this brings us to the ultimate revelation of the Gita. It's not just about learning how to get through tough times. It's about a profound, deep transformation in how you see yourself. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The Gita suggests that this whole dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna, it's not just happening between 2 guys on a battlefield. It's the conversation happening inside each and every one of us, where our disciplined mind, that's Arjuna, is being guided by our higher enlightened intellect, that's Krishna. And this, right here, is probably the most powerful takeaway of all. The Gita isn't about becoming divine or receiving some kind of grace from the outside. No, it insists that the divinity, the strength, the power, it's already in you. The teachings are just a mirror to help you finally see what you've possessed all along.
So, at the end of the day, the real prize isn't winning the external war. It's not about the fame or the fortune. The true victory is achieving paramashanti, a state of supreme, unshakable peace. And this peace is described as the ultimate blessing, the natural state of a mind that's finally found its true center.
So the Gita leaves us with this incredible framework. The battlefield is your life, your actions are the weapons, and your own higher wisdom is the guide, which really just leaves you with one essential question to answer for yourself. What battle will you win with your inner strength?